But, you know, I think that's an interesting conversation. I don't know about you guys, but if I hear, well, my Mrs. Smith's not going to be at the appointment, or Mr. Smith's not going to be at the appointment, I'm still going. I am. And I'm not going to even suggest, and I know I'm going to have some people disagree with me on this, and I'm used to that. It's okay. I'm not going to even suggest that we need to reschedule it. Because I'm not going to take a chance that I'm going to offend somebody who thinks, you mean I'm not good enough to make a decision? I need my husband there, I need my wife there. I sold a property in Ridgemore. It's already sold and gone, so I could talk about it. But they were interviewing myself and another agent from the Blue and White Company. Top hitter, you guys would know his name if I told you. Not going to. And I got the listing because he canceled the appointment when he found out that only she was going to be there and said, well, we can't meet unless your husband's there. All right, so that's my perspective.
So you just kind of make the judgment call in the initial conversation. If she makes it explicitly known that, hey, my husband's got to be here, well, of course, you know,
yeah,
you got to make sure he's there.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, that's all about her.
Yeah.
If she said my husband needs to be here, and then I find out he's not going to be, great. I would say in that situation, would you like me to still come out, or do you want to reschedule it?
Mm-hmm.
All right. All right, dress to impress. Everybody can do the big things right. You want to be successful, do the little things better than anybody else can or will do them. And what I mean by that is dress professionally. Pay attention to the little things. If I show up, and I have to look to see, make sure I'm dressed good when I say this. If I show up and I've got nice dress pants and a dress shirt and everything's ironed and pressed and I look good and I've got a tie and all of that is in place and my shoes look like I just went for a 10-mile hike through the woods, what do you think they're going to notice? My shoes. So pay attention to the little things. Dress to impress. Be professional. All right. When you arrive at the door, it is your Kodak moment. We've all heard that you have how many seconds to make a first impression? 7 seconds. When you arrive at that door, it is your Kodak moment. I am going to walk up to the door, knock on the door, take a couple steps back, briefcase over my shoulder, clipboard in my hand, standing straight up and tall, ready to make that great first impression when they open the door. Which, by the way, isn't standing there looking in the door, peeking through the windows. Not such a great first impression. I will, and I do almost everything I do on purpose, including how I will stand at the front door. Almost every single time, I'm going to take a step back about 10 feet. I'm going to look down the street to the right, casually waiting for somebody to come answer that door. Almost every single time. If I come list your home, that's probably what I'll do. When they open the door, I know their names because I've already talked to them. Matt, can I role play with you for a second?
Sure.
All right, so Matt's going to open the door. I'm going to go, hey Matt, I'm John Dietz. How you doing? It's good to see you.
Hi there.
Okay. Wait to be invited in. Like Gary says, if you just run in, it's breaking and entering. Wait for them to say, can you come in?
Please come in, and would you mind taking your shoes off?
I would love to do that, Matt. Okay, you can sit down, thank you. Kodak moment, great first impression. I believe that most of the listings that we get and lose happen right there. It does matter. All right, now I need my my volunteers. Mrs. Smith, if you would, come on front.
John,
What we're going to do here, yeah, go ahead.
No, sorry. I was going to say, people want to see that confidence right off the bat because they don't have it with this real estate market.
I agree with that, and here's a question for you.
Yeah.
For you, if I'm not confident, what should I do?
Make it.
Fake it!
That's
Right. Great job, Larry. Fake it till you make it, okay? If you're not enthusiastic, fake it! Somebody will say, well, I'm not an enthusiastic person. Okay, great, fake it. Right?
We have
All right.
two more handouts, Mr. Dietz.
Yes, of course. Who doesn't have one? Miss Campbell? What step are we on? Somebody that's following, let us know.
Four.
All right. When I go on an appointment, I have all of my comparables. I bring them in a folder. Okay. That's pretty much it, by the way. I get the question a lot. What do you bring? Do you use a presentation book? Do you have work off a laptop? This is it, guys. It's me and my comparables. That's it. I just, and when I mean just, in the last week, finished a pre-list book. So you don't have, yeah, really, about time. You don't have to have this stuff to go out and list homes, right? One thing I know is you don't, I'll pass it around. It's not impressive, by the way, okay? It's very basic. You don't have to be great to start, right? But you do have to start to be great.
Can we plagiarize this?
Knock it up. Do whatever you want, okay? All right.
Thank you.
Just invite me. This is going to be straight from the beginning to the end, a listing presentation, okay? Invite me to sit down. I don't say that, by the way. Hopefully they've already said, would you like to sit down?
Take a seat, please, John.
Great. It would be my pleasure. Ask me if I would like some water.
Would you like a drink?
I would love a glass of water. That would be great.
Mrs. Smith, take a drink.
Mrs.
All right. Hey, by the way, does that happen? Yes.
Honey, would you give him a glass of water? Go get the man's drink.
Yeah. And when it does, don't stop and go, man, you're a jerk. Just keep going. All right.
I'll get one too.
All right, mindset. I have to get my place in the right mindset. Okay. Great. Again, it's always a privilege to meet with somebody and discuss the possibility of the Dietz team representing them and the sale of their home. So thank you for this opportunity. Great. Mr. and Mrs. Smith, I'd like to start by sharing my mission statement with you. My mission statement is to meet your goals and exceed your expectations. Now, because of that mission statement, when I meet with a potential client, one of three things usually happens. One of those three things will probably happen here today. Either number one, they hire me, which of course is great, or number two, they don't hire me, which isn't so great. And the third thing that sometimes happens, Mr. Smith, is I choose not to represent that client in that transaction.
Why is that?
Well, I think that's a great question. The reason for that is if I meet with a client that I feel has a goal or an expectation that I cannot meet or exceed, I would rather turn the opportunity down than let them down. Is that fair? Okay, great. Is that script, guys? I mean, from the book, right? Do they know that? Probably not. Okay. And by the way, if you get off track or you mess something up, don't worry about it. They don't have the book, right? All right. So what I would like to do before we get started is spend just a few minutes talking about your goals so we can find out if